Can't get enough of unsolved mysteries? You're in luck. Scientists have plenty of questions they still can't answer. From the night rainbows to the formation of pyramids, here are 10 of the most mysterious things scientists still can't explain. First of all, we're going to discuss the night rainbows. Did you think rainbows only appeared during the day? Consider again. When light from a source such as the moon bounces and refracts off water droplets in the sky, arch-shaped moonbows develop. Moonbows are a very unusual occurrence that only occurs when the moon is very low in the sky is black, and rain is falling opposite the moon. Because the sun is significantly brighter than the moon, moonbows are nowhere near as spectacular as daytime rainbows. While moonbows are most commonly seen in white, they can also be found in a variety of colors. The best places to see a moonbow are in areas with regular streams of water, such as Niagara Falls in Ontario, Yosemite National Park in California, and the Grand Canyon in Arizona. Moving on to the second one. You must have seen dead persons coming back to life in movies. But what if we tell you that it does happen in reality? Then you will be shocked. A 66-year-old man suffered a heart attack during an operation. He was pronounced dead after 17 minutes of resuscitation attempts. However, 5 minutes later, a surgeon detected a pulse. He did not die after all. The man's procedure went off without a hitch and ended happily. This is not the only instance of this. A 78-year-old Mississippi man was declared dead in 2014 when a nurse discovered he had no pulse. He awakened at a morgue the next day in a body bag. These are remarkable stories that seem like they should be in a horror movie, but they have a real-life term: Lazarus Condition. We're not sure why this happens, but it's certainly a miracle. Even some doctors are confused about what death is and base their determination only on the absence of a heartbeat and respiration. Do you know our galaxy is constantly being pulled towards something? We're not sure what's so amazing about it, but there's a single spot in the cosmos that's tugging our galaxy and many others towards it, causing it to deviate from its original path. This location is known as the Great Attractor and, like much of space, remains a mystery to humans. Scientists believe it is composed of a few big groups of galaxies known as clusters or superclusters, but its actual composition is unclear. What we do know is that it is attracting the Milky Way at a rate of more than 2 million kilometers per hour. What's the secret of the Bermuda Triangle? Let's find out. You've probably heard of the Bermuda Triangle, sometimes known as the Devil's Triangle, unless you've never been near a drugstore paperback rack or don't watch cable channels late at night. It's a stretch of ocean between Florida, Puerto Rico, and Bermuda that, according to popular belief, contains a terrible power that causes ships, planes, and people to vanish, never to be seen again. Some blame it on alien intruders studying humanity, interdimensional vortices, and even oceanic farts methane gas rising from ocean sediments. The true enigma of the Bermuda Triangle is why people continue to believe in it. Lawrence David Cush, a librarian and pilot, published his inquiry of the phenomenon in 1975. When he actually checked official files on ships that paranormal authors had described as mysteriously disappearing, he discovered that they frequently sank in poor weather or were involved in explainable incidents, and that wreckage was occasionally retrieved. Similarly, the U.S. Coast Guard website states that the service does not acknowledge the presence of the so-called Bermuda Triangle as a physical area of special hazard to ships or planes, and that nothing unexplainable has been discovered after analyzing mishaps there. Do you know that every second we receive hundreds of incomprehensible messages from space? Fast radio bursts, FRBs, are short bursts of radio radiation with enough energy to power 500 million suns. Astronomers say one occurs almost every second, but only about 30 have been detected. The only signal that has appeared more than once from the same place is FRB 121102, which originated outside of our Milky Way. It has been linked to a newborn neutron star, one of the universe's densest objects. Recent research has also revealed that FRB 121102 is one of two forms of rapid radio bursts. Where did Stonehenges' giant stones come from? One of the most perplexing mysteries surrounding Stonehenge, the gigantic prehistoric stone circle built in England between 3000 and 1520 BCE, is the origin of the massive sarsen stones stacked in a post and lintel pattern. Where did the 23-foot-tall, 22-ton chunks of silcrete, a quartz-rich sedimentary rock, originate from? For 400 years, scientists have been attempting to unravel this enigma. The stones were thought to have come from North Wiltshire, a county in southwest England, although no particular location could be determined. Then, in 2019, researchers received a lucky break when a guy who worked on a restoration project at Stonehenge in 1958 gave them a 42.5-inch long, nearly 1-inch thick core excavated from one of the sarsens and brought back to the United States with him. Scientists were able to conduct experiments on the material and develop a geochemical fingerprint of the sarsens. They tracked down the source to West Woods in Wiltshire. It is now a popular recreational location for hikers, dog walkers, and mountain bikers. However, how the stones were carried to Stonehenge, 15 miles to the south, remains a mystery. Why did the Mayan civilization collapse? For a long time, people have been perplexed by one of the most bizarre civilizations in human history. Why did the Maya leave hundreds of towns established in the Yucatan Peninsula in the 700s or 800 CE, allowing a highly developed civilization to crumble? Some speculate that the Maya were vanquished in combat by opposing peoples, or that the ruling elite was deposed in a peasant rebellion. Others have proposed more bizarre reasons, such as a UFO invasion. However, in a 2012 study, Arizona State University researchers who evaluated archaeological data with the goal of determining environmental conditions during the Mayan heyday discovered evidence to support a notion initially promoted by historian Jared Diamond in his 2005 book, Collapse. The Maya, the researchers discovered, had burned and cut down so much of the forest that the land's ability to absorb solar radiation had been altered, making clouds and rainfall scarce. This aggravated a naturally existing drought, causing erosion and soil depletion, resulting in agricultural failure. Workers were compelled to abandon the lowland cities to avoid famine, and everything crumbled as a result. How were the pyramids built? Have you ever wondered? Back in the late 1960s and early 1970s, proponents of the theory that extraterrestrial visitation sparked human civilization pointed to the Egyptian pyramids as evidence. They contended that the ancient Egyptians could not have lifted such gigantic, multi-ton stone blocks using only muscle power, and that extraterrestrial anti-gravity technology was a more believable explanation. Fortunately, in 2014, physicists from the University of Amsterdam appeared to save us from paperback pseudoscience. They deduced from an ancient tomb picture that a big crew of laborers may have carried the massive stone blocks on a sled and sprinkled water on the sand on their path to minimize friction and allow the slabs to be dragged to the pyramid. A slight bit of water would enable the sand to stick together, forming a type of paved road. Other academics have speculated that the Egyptians employed clay as a lubricant. Have you ever wondered why cats purr? You can stop feeling smug that Tittles only purrs for you because, to be honest, we're not sure why. The cat does not have a purring organ in its throat, and its specific placement in the anatomy of cats is unknown. Some speculate that it is caused by a laryngeal constriction and dilatation, however, this is only theory. Furthermore, cats purr not only when they are joyful, but also when they are feeding, sucking, or giving birth. Tittles may not love you, but his purrs have been proven to be in the frequency range necessary for bone repair. Therefore, they may have super abilities. That's all for today.